anyone that is promoting greyhat offers in the health niche on Google Ads is actually risking having their ad account suspended. But I've tried something different. I've promoted a simple physical white hat product, and not only did I avoid any policy issues, it actually converted better than most of my previous campaigns. So in just 4 days, this Google search ad campaign generated 8 purchases, with clicks costing way less than $1, with $25 cost per conversion, in an offer with a payout of $54 per sale. And the competition, you asked? Practically non-existent. I couldn't believe that more people aren't doing this. So in this video, I will show you exactly how I picked this product, how I found high intent keywords to promote, and how I built the landing page that made this convert, even with a low budget campaign. And if you want to copy this strategy or just want something to follow step by step, I have summarized the content of this video into a free PDF guide. This contains keyword examples, landing page breakdown, ad setup, all of it. The link for this guide is in the description, so download it and use it. All right, let's start from the beginning. Why Ecom products can work better than the usual VSL supplements, what I did, why it worked, and how you can launch a similar campaign to test for yourself. So first of all, here's what I mean by a physical white hat product. I mean products that promise to solve a very specific problem that people face on a daily basis. And these products must look like something that you could go on and buy in a physical store in your local area. Here, I'll give you a few examples to make this clear. This physical product right here is called the Rilla Pillow. This one promises to improve sleep quality by relieving neck pain due to bad sleeping posture. As you can see, it's a very innocent product. There's nothing shady about it. And looking at their website, you can see that the content is clean, no impossible to achieve health claims. There's even a contact page, a track your order page, and it just appears clean to the eyes of Google. So here's another one. This one is an instant language translator. And this product promises to break the language barrier for travelers to be able to hold conversations with strangers in another language. And they say that this product can be used to translate up to 60 languages offline without any internet access at all, which is in itself a huge marketing angle. And obviously there are thousands of products like this that you can sell as an affiliate. And I will show you where to find these products so that you can test it for yourself. But before that, let me quickly explain why I think that right now, promoting a physical white hat product could actually be a smarter move than running the usual ClickBank VSL health supplement offers. Okay, the number one advantage is obvious. It is account safety. I think we all know by now that Google hates vague health claims. So if you're running a VSL supplement, even if it's compliant today, you're always one disapproval away from losing your entire setup, your entire account. It is way easier to stay compliant with these physical e-com products because you don't have to make any risky claims. There are no gray areas. It's just simple and clean e-commerce. The other advantage is that you are able to target people that are in the middle of the funnel. And so with supplements on Google Ads, you often go with broad targeting, aka the top of funnel, or you go with branded targeting, aka brand bidding or bottom of the funnel. On the top of the funnel, you target people who don't know that there is a problem that could potentially solve their problem. So they have a longer journey to go until they decide to make a purchase. That's why there is very low competition, and also it is the hardest type of campaign to optimize and make it become profitable. On the bottom of funnel, on the other hand, with brand bidding, people are already aware of the product that they want. They know the name of it, and maybe they're looking to buy it through a Google search. That's why this is the easiest strategy to get started with. But the competition is ridiculous because there are thousands of affiliates that are bidding on the same keyword as you, the name of the product. But with physical e-com products, you can actually target people that are in the middle of this funnel. People that know that the solution to their problem exists, but are not yet sure about which product to buy. And so these people, they go to Google and they search for things like best pillow for neck pain or best instant language translator, because they're at a phase where they're comparing, they're still browsing, but they are ready to buy. And so we want our ads to show to these people. So here's what I look for in a good e-com product to promote. Number one, this product must solve a clear problem, like back pain, for example. And number two, this product must have enough search volume on Google, which we will verify using Google's keyword planner. And to find these offers, I go to CPA networks like Max Bounty, AdCombo, ClickDealer, and so on. So most of these networks will have a category for e-commerce products, and that's the category that I will focus on. If you don't know any CPA networks that you can join, I have compiled a list of CPA networks that you can sign up for today if you want to try out e-com products. The list is in the PDF guide that I mentioned earlier. In this guide, I even revealed the product that I was promoting, which is very cool. So just click the link in the description, go to my website, enter your email, and you will receive it. And so once you have a list of products that solve a problem, it's time to check if there is even enough search volume on Google to consider a Google search ad campaign. Alright, let's talk keyword research now. This is where your campaign will actually start to take form. And to be honest, I prefer to use a tool called SEMrush to do my keyword research instead of the usual Google keyword planner. Mainly because SEMrush lets me spy on competitors. It also allows me to see the ads that they are running. And honestly, I just trust their traffic estimates a bit more than Google's. But the overall process is the same. And here is exactly how I did for this campaign in particular. And so I started with a high intent keyword structure like this: product category plus the problem that this product solves. For example, we have here pillow, which is a product category, and we have for neck pain relief, which is actually the problem that it solves. And then what I will do is that I will add modifiers to try out different intents to this keyword. For example, I like to add the word best in front of it. It will look something like best pillow for neck pain relief. And so another one that does work surprisingly well is when you add a buyer intent modifier to this phrase. For example, if you add where to buy, you will get something like where to buy pillow for neck pain relief. And if the product solves more than one problem, or if it has multiple features, I'll break those out into separate ad sets with their own specific ads. So in this case, for example, I might build a whole ad set around memory foam as a feature. And so I'll have keywords like best memory foam pillow or where to buy memory foam pillow. And so now, once I've got my starter keywords, I will plug them into the planner. And this is where you will often uncover a bunch of extra ideas that you didn't even think of that you can add to your campaign. Here's what I got for these keywords that I just gave you. We can see solid traffic numbers, and the graphs show that these keywords are on the rise, which is good. So when I'm picking keywords to keep, I like to look at three things. I like keywords that show a growing trend on this mini graph here. I like the keywords that say high competition, which sounds weird, but I like to think that this usually means that they convert. And I look at the relevance to my product. There has to be some very tight alignment between this keyword and what I plan to write on my landing page. One thing that I don't really trust here is the cost per click estimate. It's almost always different from what I actually pay. But generally speaking, with this kind of keywords, don't expect to be paying more than $1 per click, especially when your ad copy matches perfectly with the keyword you selected for your ad group. Now let's quickly touch on landing pages. And this part is just as important as choosing the right product, because the wrong kind of page can kill your results, even if your targeting is perfect. And worse, it can actually get your ad disapproved. So don't overlook this step. For this campaign, I followed one simple rule. I made the landing page feel like a story, not a sales page. I modeled the layout after a blog post or an article like this one right here, where it opens with a relatable hook, introduces the problem, then naturally leads into the product as a solution. Here is what I made sure to include on my landing page. I try to focus on the problem first, pull the reader in with something that they can identify with. Next, I highlighted the benefits with real-life outcomes and not just hype. Another thing that I made sure to do is use clear CTA buttons like check price, see full details, buy now, and of course, you make sure you add some visual context to what you're saying, with photos, mock-ups, or lifestyle images of the product in use. Remember that the goal is to feel native and match the user's search intent. People came from a search ad and they're already curious. I just need to guide them to the offer. Also, and this is crucial, your headline and the copy on the page should reflect the keywords you're bidding on. If someone searched for best pillow for neck pain, that exact phrase or something close should appear in your headline. This obviously helps your quality score. It may reduce your cost per click and actually boost your conversions. That's why, again, it's important to separate topics into different ad sets, and then you will create different landing pages for each ad set topic. You will notice that some topics perform way better than others, and that's where you will focus your efforts. All right, that's the full breakdown, from choosing the right product to having everything needed to launch a campaign. But if you want to skip the note-taking and you want to get straight to action, I put together a free PDF guide, which is a summary of this video. It includes keyword examples, landing page structure, ad copy formulas, and even screenshots from the actual campaign. This guide is 100% free. Just click the link in the description, download it, and you can literally follow along to set up your own campaign. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.